Hey, what's going on, BVC fans? As always, it's Bobby the Bot, and today we're going to be taking a look at the next phase of my basement overhaul. So let's focus on the cases today. I'll also show a little bit of extra stuff on here. Hope everybody's having a good day or night, wherever you guys may be at. It's been a long day for me. Yesterday was my mom's birthday, and then today I have the kid all to myself, so it's going to be like a very busy day. So you didn't really care about that stuff. Let's go ahead and get into what we have going on. Let's flip this around. So I have positioned the cases back. I still have to clean them out. I've started to bring figures down and don't necessarily know if I'm going to do the same setup. I think I am pretty similar to having the G1 seasons set up season by season. But again, here we can kind of see. And for anyone that's new to the channel and hasn't seen kind of my setup, I'm in the process of cleaning the glass now. Again, it kind of got it really dirty. Um, Rest in peace to my dog Anakin. He had drool all on my cases. So when they were all kind of stacked up and put away, and then I had to kind of go through and do that. So I'm also going to take out the shelves, make sure the shelves are all clean, and just kind of do some housekeeping on this end. And here's some of the others. And again, there's some stuff I just kind of threw in here as I was moving stuff around, taking it from other areas of the house and just wanted to bring it down. Um, you can see my shop vac. I've been doing that as well. As we go into the kitchen area in my basement, you can kind of see these are some of the new cases that I've picked up. Wasn't able to necessarily show you all before. You'll see some of the 3D printed stuff I have in here as well. And some of the stuff I've gotten from Ramen and New Supply. I have to set that all back up. Again, lots of cases that I didn't have a chance to start filling up yet. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I see some comments coming in. I'll address those shortly. And so, yeah, so these are all the cases. Um, let's see, two, five. I have seven in this room. I know that's probably dizzy in there. I have my four detolfs here. These two, I actually am going to do something special with one of these cases. I'm really excited to share that with you. I thought I was going to be able to do it before, but of course the basement leak happened, and this will be the main museum again. So, uh, any ideas or suggestions, you know, let me know. I will definitely take all that into account. Um, let's see here. Yes, bus size. It is a good opportunity to curate the collection and clean. So yeah, definitely going to do that. Also, thank you for the shout out about the dog. Yeah, that was really hard on me. Still is. I still kind of think about him. Matter of fact, me and my lady were talking about him yesterday. um, Another mic. I don't know exactly the measurements, but these cases are 4 feet wide. So if I do some simple math, we can say that this room I'm in now is one, two, three, four, five, probably 20, 22, 22 feet long in this main room. And then maybe uh, probably 14 feet wide. And again, just kind of a guesstimate there. Um, Chris Norris, hey man, asking never hurts for a raise. Um, Fortunately for me, after I left the company I was with for 10 years, every job I had after that, I increased my salary. So it definitely um, makes a huge difference. I doubled my salary in the last 10 years. So definitely does that. Um, yeah, the ceiling. So it's crazy. In I see the high ceilings in this room. I still have to replace the tiles. Like I can actually touch the ceiling. So these are pretty low in here. Same with, and I kind of nicknamed this one my Hasbro room because I had all my originals and all the Hasbro stuff in here. And it'll probably kind of do something similar when I set it back up, but it's low here as well. In the main museum, though, it is a little bit higher. Um, I can stand on my tippy toes and touch. And again, I still have some work getting done in here. That's why the tiles are missing. I have to get some lighting done and some insulation redone. So it is definitely not too high. It's just maybe the look from the camera makes it look that way, which is kind of good. Um, let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, something that I can kind of share for the next episode because I should have all these cases cleaned. And if let me know in the comments or sound off when we talk. But let me know how you guys think about these updates on the basement. I figure I'll go phase by phase, and I'll probably do it maybe like every Sunday, just kind of recap what I've done for the week or so. Um, I'll kind of give you guys a sneak peek into my mess of my recording studio. So yes, I have been 3D printing, and you may have saw something in there. I'll pan by it again really fast. So I am doing some 3D printing, and I will be showing off some of that stuff in the halls. Really excited about that. Finally, um, how many rooms do I have for my transformers? Well, this whole basement, in essence, is for me. So um, there's this Hasbro room back here. Um, this is my kitchen. It's not fully set up yet. I do have some appliances and stuff in here. Um, so this room, the main museum, I call it. Um, so 3 rooms, I guess. And then even though there's no figures here, I hope I'm not making you guys dizzy. Um, this is kind of my wall of cards and bathroom, of course. And so I have to update some of the cards. That's why things are missing. Um, and then I have this other area, which I'll give you a teaser for. I don't know if this is going to be next week or the week after, but these are all my figures. Or no, they're still so these bins are 77-gallon bins. I'll take a step back so you can see. There is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. There's 20 bins. So you guys can kind of see there of the figures. Of course, there's stuff back there on the walls as well. I'm changing the lighting in here. Some of the lights aren't coming on because of the water damage. So yeah, lots of figures to unpack. So this is going to probably be um, a few episodes, I think, as I go through this. Um, And also, I know people have asked while we were talking about our halls, so I will show him off. There is my Metroplex. I finally got him downstairs, and he is able to stand up in all his glory. I have him by the couch. So again, lots more stuff to come on this, and we'll figure out where he's going to go. Um, let's see here. So I guess again, back to the question about how many rooms. I would say five, maybe. Um, my recording, including my recording studio. Um, so yes, the 3D printer I set up in my recording studio. Um, I will show off what I've been printing in the halls. So I can say I made my mom and my lady a vase each. So again, my mom's birthday was yesterday, so I just made her a vase, and it came out okay. I mean, I didn't know what to necessarily expect, so she's she was happy with that. So yeah, it's in my recording studio. Um, the floors. Thank you. Another mic. Yeah, the floors. It looked like the classroom tiles. That's the closest thing I can think of when referring to the flooring. It was really bad. Um, didn't like it at all. That was one of the things that I wanted to change when we moved into the house. And I do have my Constructicons kind of up around since um, you know the room is up for construction right now. But yeah, the people who did the floors, they also had to do the upstairs since that's where the leak came from. They sanded and stained my hardwood, so that was really cool. Um, do I have room for you? I mean, I'm sure that on a temporary basis, I might be able to put out the futon for you. Oh yeah, the the ceiling grid. So there are some tiles that are shorter. So that one's like half, but yeah, I do need to get some of these done. So if we're counting one, two, three, four, five, yeah, I don't even know how big these tiles are. Um, oh, thank you. I'm sure she'd be happy. Thanks, Buzzsaw Eject. Yeah, mom's was good. We drove out to see her. She's about an hour and a half from me, so we drove out to see her and played some games. I had to kick their ass in some games, so usually hate that aspect about it. um, Oh, the crazy thing about the 3D printing, so far I haven't had any issues. Like every single one of my prints has been cool. So very excited about that. I don't know if I just got lucky and um, was able to get it set up pretty easily, but so far I've done three prints, and I guess when I said that about the vases, they were okay because I I didn't know how sturdy or flimsy they were going to feel. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. So yeah, um but lots of fun regardless. And I'm going to keep on doing it. I just ordered a bunch of filament. Now I need to find a place to put it all and store it. And that's the fun part. I'll actually kind of show you without giving away too much. um I have filament like all over the floor there and over here and under there. So yeah, not to mention I just had a job complete, so some stuff in there. So yeah, it's been a lot, more than I thought, but lots and lots of fun. Um, Hey Laura, yeah, the Constructicons are sneaky. I'm glad they're able to patch this stuff up though. Definitely, definitely on the mend for this. Like I said, the HVAC stuff was supposed to get done this week, but my contractor was really busy, and I have to either get them in here early tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday, or we're gonna have to push it off another week because we are going to be traveling to TFCon, and hopefully I'll be able to see a lot of you at TFCon. Shout out to Sinistar Alpha for assisting me with my first print. Really excited. It came out great. I am going to actually uh, tap you on the shoulder for another question probably later today as well. But yeah, the Bamboo Lab is a great printer. Um, yeah, and Buzzsaw, yeah, you're correct. I do have the Bamboo PS1. Now I see the PS2's out. I feel like I'm going back into PlayStations or something like that, and I can see why people have multiple printers. I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, I need to get another printer. Not gonna happen right now, but um, definitely not gonna downplay it. Ah, Iona Cust. Oh, let's see. Ion Iona Cuss Toy reviews. I hope I probably messed that all up, but I didn't know anything about cases initially. I always saw people have deep tofts, so that was the major thing that everybody had. So I went with it. I ended up switching because once I added lighting, added weatherproofing or not, dust proofing rather, and locks to the DTOFs, it actually came up to equivalent or very close to the cost of one of my cases. So, especially at the time, I mean, the prices of these cases have gone up quite a bit now. But yeah, prior to COVID, these cases were like, well, not these glass ones, but these here were like 375, I think. And so after purchasing a DTOF and like I said, all the lighting and all that stuff, I was just like, man, I'm at like two something, and I can have much more room in these cases. So that's why I made the change. Um, did I damage any transformers moving them around? I hope not as well. We did, pack them, get them packed up. Um, what we thought was really well. I do know that prior to the leak, or excuse me, moving stuff from the leak, I think I may have had one figure damaged that I definitely know of. I'll check when I start putting stuff back on. The problem is going to be if any small pieces or weapons or stuff like that fell off, and me trying to remember who it goes to or what it goes to and all that stuff. That's going to be the hard part. What's up, Travis? Thank you for joining, and thank you. I'm very happy with it so far. And King, yes, there is going to be a lot of work, and that's why I figured I'd take you guys on this journey with me. Again, people are showing up, so that's kind of cool. It just so happens that I always wanted to kind of do this, and initially when we moved over to this house 5 years ago, the cases kind of came. I buy three cases. You know, one year I bought seven last year, and they just kind of added up, and I was just throwing stuff in there. I had a general idea, and most of the time it went well. But sometimes when you have multiple figures, um, you have I had like 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 Optimus Primes. I was just like, man, I just need a case for Optimus Prime. Now that I have all these Devastators, I think I'm going to dedicate this case here maybe to Devastator. I don't know yet. Again, um, open for suggestions if anybody wants to jump in and assist me with that. But yeah, it's going to be a long process. I'm looking forward to it though. Let's see here. Yes, I thank you for the tip on on the filament. I actually have Ziploc bags that the filament's in. If it's not being used, I'm currently printing, so stuff's in my AMS, but nothing. These four that are right here, they just came out of my AMS this morning, so I'm going to put those in Ziploc bags. I just had to go live with you guys first, so I will put those in Ziploc bags soon. Um, yeah, the PS2. I haven't looked at the features and all that stuff. I just saw it, and of course, I'm a I'm a tech person. I like having the newest and shiniest tools and things. So um, definitely not going to get it right now. Uh, and I definitely need to master this PS1 before I decide to do that. But it is, I am impatient and I hate waiting on stuff. So I printed out a pretty big print and it took 4 days. And I was just like, Jesus, it's taking forever. If I had two of these, I can, get it done. But that's like I guess that's instead of a plastic crack, it's like filament crack, I guess. All right, Ion is just fine. Thank you for that because I don't want to butcher it. um, let's see. I didn't personally go, but the TFCon Chicago Embassy Sphinx is still amongst my. Oh yeah, I actually want that MMC Sphinx as well, Laura. That thing looks beautiful. I almost bought it like 2 years ago and missed out on it. I just got sidetracked and bought some other stuff, but yeah, I do want it. Um, oh, the Purple Space Bridge. That came from Collector Crafts. So I actually bought that in Baltimore last year from them. So shout out to Collector's Craft. Does some great work. So the I have the Space Bridge and the Teletran one from them. So here we go. So again, these will both be set up once. If you noticed this table here in my Hasbro room, I had this up on for a display as well. Had to take it apart. I mean, I have pieces everywhere. Again, when you're in an emergency trying to stop a leak and trying to move stuff out the way, I just had to shove stuff into cases. And when we were breaking it down, like boxes and everything just kind of got shoved into cases. And we can see kind of my Titans. I brought those guys back down. So looking forward to getting them back, getting them back into their home. Yeah, this is some first world problems, Chris. Um, some 10-gram silica. Oh, you know what? Thanks, Sinistar. I will definitely do that. I've been throwing the packs that they come packaged in back into the Ziploc bags as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yes, I did assemble him. I used some hot glue to make certain pieces uh, stay together and stuff. So definitely excited about that. Galvatron personal tours is funny. Somebody said I should start charging people to come and check out the basement. I don't know. Uh, I don't know if I want to even start that type of situation, but I will definitely give personal walkthroughs like I'm doing now. The museum grand opening, geez. Um, I am hoping, I am really hoping that I can get this together before Thanksgiving. That that would be amazing. I have had, and this would be amazing to do. Um, a friend of the show, I don't want to say who yet, just in case they can or cannot come. I don't want to set myself up for disappointment or set you all up for excitement. Somebody did um, my my museum or reset it back up, and also doing some extra work in here, which once once I figure out how this is actually going to look, there's a couple of dioramas that I'm going to be setting up, which I'm really, really excited about. And so they offer to help with that. So if it happens, definitely I will keep you guys up to date on that. But that is, timing and seeing how that works. But yeah, definitely if I can get that done, it'll be amazing, and I will definitely have a big grand opening on that. Chris, man, you know what? I can't wait to meet you in Chicago. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I don't know. I don't even know where Brenham is. um, Bremen, excuse me. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. I'm really excited. I mean, the water damage sucks, and it cost me a lot of money for the floors and all that stuff, and it was money I didn't expect to spend. So yeah, but it's really exciting. Um, yes, another mic. I guess I didn't even know. So this is new. I'm actually on my phone here trying this for the first time. So yes, what caused the damage is fixed. My refrigerator on the main floor leaked into the the God, I can't the registry right in front of it, and fell right into the basement, and it actually hit right, and this is why the tiles are gone. It hit this room because if it actually hit the corner, so it's this room that was affected. This room, which is my studio, was affected. My kitchen that was affected, and the water was actually coming like a waterfall right down here, which was really bad. And then my Hasbro room in this corner, it was affected. So yeah, not cool. It sounded like it was raining in my house. So I was down here, it was like midnight. I went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh wow, it's raining. It sounds really loud. Let me make sure I don't have any windows open. And came out, went by the door, and I was just like, why does it sound like it's coming from my office? And yeah, sure enough, had to run and get buckets. And so yeah, that really sucked. Let's see here. Yes, you did make it on time, Dadu. Looking forward to seeing you in Chicago as well, man. Let's see here. Chris, it's funny, man. I've had a lot of people offer to help, and I I can actually say that I think people may genuinely want to help, but I think it may be like I just want to play with everything, which I could definitely see myself wanting to do every as well. And I think that's going to be the part that takes the longest is that I'm going to probably want to play with stuff, or maybe transform something that was in bot mode to alt mode, or from alt mode to bot mode. I am also going to add insignias to all my third party figures. So that's going to be hard and long. I shouldn't have said it that way. That's going to be very time consuming. Yes, Big Bot Bodega. Well, what's up? New floors, definitely. I'm loving them. Um, I've when I moved into the house, I hated the floors, and even the floors on the main floor. We got those sanded and stained. I hated the color, so we went with a little bit darker color. So I'm very excited about the floors. Yes, the translucent filament. I saw some. I don't know what I would necessarily print in translucent, but I'm uh I'm like trying to figure out. There was a sale on some filaments, and I was just like, oh, let me just go ahead and buy all these. I will probably use them at some point in time, and I realized that I definitely don't need to do that. I need to take it a little bit easy. A piece for my heart. Yes, rearranging the figures. That's actually what I was mentioning. Is that I'm going to probably change some things up. I did like the theme of having the seasons in the middle, so you can definitely take a look at those. So season one, two, and three will probably be in these three cases. So the Autobots on one side, and then the Decepticons on this side. I will probably still have my Optimus Prime shelf, and I will probably still have an 86 movie shelf and try to highlight some of the scenes from that. How I'll do the backgrounds and the dioramas side of that, that's a work in progress. But I think some of the other stuff that were kind of miscellaneous. Like I had all my Beast War figures or extra Dinobots in one case, and I had kind of the Shattered Glass stuff in another case, and some of it fit, some of it didn't fit. So I'm gonna try to figure that aspect out. So I'll be opening it up for any recommendations or things like that. Yeah, Big Bob Bodega. I mean, hell, the only thing Florida has over Georgia is water. So yeah, I love going down to Florida to visit, but that temperature kills me. Even though Atlanta gets hot as well, but that Florida heat is crazy. Let's see here. Plus, you are absolutely correct. It was a Samsung fridge. That's funny. Yeah, the shelving is crazy. I think I don't know. There's something else I'm looking to possibly do, which I'm I'm going to see. I was talking to my lady again, and there's some changes I'm thinking about making in my studio. So the shelving might go a little bit longer. Um, yeah, another mic. Like I said, people have asked to help. Um, the the reason I've kind of turned down as much help as I've been offered is because of stuff breaking. Some of these figures are more expensive now than when I bought them, and the oops, my bad. I don't know how I would feel necessarily about that. But yeah, BBC After Dark. Yeah, it's coming. I promise it's coming. Um, how many rooms in the basement? I think I said five. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five rooms in the basement. I mean, technically, if we were going to, if this could be a two-bedroom, one bath apartment down here with yeah, a living space and a full kitchen and all that stuff. So yeah, yes, the drop down ceiling definitely helps speed up the work. Um, I thought about doing finishing the ceiling, but now hell no. Now I'm just thinking about doing something nicer with the ceiling and changing some of these, or I shouldn't say changing some, but changing this again. I'm gonna take it back to school. These high school lighting. I updated them with new bulbs, but when I got to this room over here, I haven't I haven't done it. Now, again, the water damage has kind of affected some of the lights, so they're not like if you go all the way down, they won't turn on. So I like the brighter lights. But the great thing is that I don't. And for anybody who saw the video, I guess James and I did maybe I think it was a year ago, and I think it was August of last year. Maybe it was August the year before when we first did our walkthroughs. Um, I can actually light up the whole museum without any lights, just based off of the lights in the cases. And I actually really like that. And speaking of which, something that did happen, um, I have these are the lights that are in my cases, and oops, I have 6 that are damaged. So I have to replace 6 lights, which really sucks. I'm so pissed off about that. So this middle case on both sides do not work. I had 2 extras. I have a case that I haven't set up yet. So yeah, so six lights I have to replace. Um, that is very smart. Piece for my heart. Every time he opens up a third party figure, I need to remind. This is why I have James do this stuff. Every time he opens up a figure, he puts the insignia on. Um, it's. I wish I would do that, but sometimes I'll get like 4 or 5 figures in a day, and while it's not a lot, it ends up being a lot because I'm like usually multitasking when the mail comes, and I just grab it, and just like I always feel like I should do an unboxing, and I'm usually doing it while I'm working. So maybe that's something I'll start doing. Let me know. Would you guys be interested in me doing an unboxing? Um, I won't be doing any transformations on camera, but I can definitely do an unboxing and show what's in the package, and then maybe showing the figure, and then eventually transforming it and continuing there. So let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. I do not want the long and hard, and I know I'm behind on comments here. Um, haven't decided if I'm going to charge for admission. People have asked that. Bayou Bot. Yeah, no basements in Florida. Sinister. That sucks. Um, so the house my house has um this is in the basement, so five bedrooms. I do have more than 5 bedrooms in the house. If so yeah. All right, shout out. Hopefully you're still here, Jonathan. Definitely see you in Chicago. Um, Ion, where did you move to? This Devi right here. Yes, this is Jim Bao, and this is the I have the upgrade kit on him for to make him look more G1. So I did get that. Yeah, I didn't realize when I was kind of setting up the picture for this, I was just kind of putting my devastators all around, and so this is a new one. We'll be talking about that soon. Um, I didn't want to necessarily get into figure reviews, but yeah, there's going to be a big case dedicated to Constructicons with all these different versions coming out. I just don't know how I'm going to do it and how it's going to look, because definitely some of them are going to be in combined mode, but a lot of them are going to have to be in bot mode and alt mode just because of space. I may have one representation in a season case, and then that's the only problem. Yeah. It starts taking taking up a lot of time and a lot of space and a lot of room. So um I have a huge collection. I can't imagine how much you spent. Oh God. Oh, see, why we gotta keep talking about this $800 thing? Like that's old. um yeah, if I would say 13,000. That's yeah, I know that feeling. I'll put it this way. Um over the last 4 years, I've spent more than $13,000. I'll say that. uh yeah, I could have bought some cars. I'll say that. I've definitely could have done that. It 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 happens when you get a new credit card and you have to spend so much at a certain amount of time to get a certain amount of sky miles. Yeah, that I did that at my first con. So to give you an idea, the first convention I went to where James and I met, I spent over 6 grand at the convention. That was crazy. I do not recommend doing that. Um, so yeah. Um, see, are you moving all the figures by yourself? So I actually I packed up. Here's again a look at kind of all my bins. There's still more upstairs. There's more loose figures. Oh shoot, I forgot about those. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yeah, 20. I have 23 of these cases. And to kind of, I have a door here. I took a door off to give you an idea of, oh, here they are. Here's the measurements of the cases. So 77-gallon totes, uh, 40, so 4 feet by 2 feet. Um, so yeah, they're pretty stacked. And yeah, uh, I will be setting everything up by myself. Maybe get a couple some help from a couple of friends, but yeah, it was hell. Seeing all the figures get packed away and taken up and stuff like that. You'll see there's leftover bubble remnants and stuff and boxes everywhere. So yeah, figures got wrapped up, and yeah, that was a long task in itself. Oh, you moved to an apartment from a house. Wow. Uh, Wow, I have not heard that moving to an apartment from a house is actually cheaper. I just seen that like my daughter, um, they have a 3-bedroom apartment with some of her friends, and they pay more than my mortgage. So that's interesting. um, I have I have not spent more than the GDP, um, which I'm gonna say that sound maybe gosh darn points. Maybe I've spent that, yes, than some small countries. Gosh darn points. Uh, my collection 100K. I I I cannot confirm or deny that, and I'm not gonna say that so my lady will get mad at me. But yeah, I've spent a lot. 6,000. I almost freaked out when you said you spent that much. Yeah, 6,000. Yeah, that was bananas. It was so funny. Again, the when James and I met and we were at lunch and we were just kind of talking about stuff. He had been to BotCon before. I can't remember if he had went to a TFCon before, but it was definitely my first. My lady sent me for, I think it's either my birthday or my Christmas present, and I had just got a new card, and they told me that I didn't have a limit, and I was like, it's like giving candy to a fat kid because it was definitely on and popping. I just kind of went by. I was like, yep, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. So yeah, lots of fun. Again, I don't recommend it, but it was something that it was like that childhood moment for those of us who grew up with Toys R Us, who always wanted to just go into a store and be able to buy whatever you wanted. Yeah, that's what it was kind of like for me. Let's see here. I do keep the boxes, another mic. I do keep the boxes just in case. I mean, life happens. So if for any reason I needed to part with the figures or anything like that, or sometimes, I mean, sometimes I sell my figures. If I ever wanted to do that, then I have the boxes and all the instructions and everything, and pretty much, there's no smoking in here, and here's my dust vac. It doesn't get really dusty in here. I made sure I updated the duct system in here, but yeah, here's figures, and again, some things some things are still in the box, um, as well. Um, Sinistar, this is your fault right here. Um, but yeah, some things are still in the box, and then some things are. I put the boxes in storage. Um, yes, I definitely understand. Yeah, a house can be a money pit. Since we've been in this house for 5 years, and I've had three water leaks so far, and the lighting was our wiring was messed up. We've had to put in a new water heater. So yeah, definitely understand that. Plumbing issues, yeah, totally get that. And Namya, yeah, you're definitely correct. We can always sell our collections. I was actually having the conversation ironically last night with my lady. I have a spreadsheet that has all my figures, how much and the value of them now, it has to get updated or whatever for insurance purposes. But I told her that I need to share it with her, just in case something happens to me. And then as I was talking, I was just like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. She might make something happen to me. But yeah, I do have an insurance policy on my figures. So if you have a collection, I would definitely get it insured because, as you see, anything can happen, and these figures grow in value. Most of them do. So definitely keep track of that. And what I try to do is every week I try to update it. Typically, when I'm doing the news or when we're talking on the news, um, I might be looking over at something because I'm like, how much did that cost, or what did I, pre-order it for, or anything like that, so I can be as informative as possible. Um, yeah, by the boxes, I so once I start clearing out some of these. I actually use these for my boxes, and I have a shed in the back, and so I put them in these boxes so the boxes don't get damaged. Um, I have been considering selling off some of my Hasbro stuff. Um, I'm going back and forth with it, but I do have all the boxes for it. Not my G1 stuff, but some of the newer mainline stuff. I've considered selling it. Um, I don't know. I'm going back and forth with it. Um, but so we'll see. But yeah, the I always keep the boxes just in case. And I mean, you can look on eBay and see what a figure costs with the box and what it cost just by itself, and kind of get an idea of how much the value is. Hot toys. Oh, see, I'm scared to go into any other line. I mean, the ramen stuff and now loyal subjects for mask, that is killing me. I have repurposed, I guess, some of my Hasbro budget. And again, nothing against Hasbro. It's either that I already have a representation of the figure, or I don't like the new figures. So that money has been going to other things. And loyal subjects. I don't really like how they're kind of doing business right now. I mean, I would have hoped that we would have gotten something from them, and being that they're teasing wave two already, and we still haven't got wave one. I'm not happy about that, but we'll see. Maybe when I get them in hand, I'll be like, "This is absolutely amazing." So, yeah, it's crazy though. Oh, do I still have all this stuff on stage? And I apologize, folks. I'm on my cell phone as I'm looking at all these comments. But I wanted to say thank you guys. I'm gonna head out. I have some more 3D printing to do. Thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed this. and I will be doing it again next Sunday. Probably at this. Oh, actually, nope. Let me take that back. I'll be in Chicago. 2 weeks from now, I'll be doing it again. Let me know if you guys like this. I figured it's a good time for us to kind of catch up, and I can show you what's going on in Bot's basement. And if this is something you're interested in, let me know, please, because I'll keep it going, and you guys can help me set up this museum. So, as always, till all debates are won, even though my partner's not debating with me, hope to see you all in Chicago, and stay tuned. We'll see you guys on the next news. Later.